over.
And you don't think your obnoxiousness had anything to do with her leaving?
I couldn't help it. I'm bored to death, and this Aunt Helen kid up. I might as well have fun with it.
No, not fun. You're a pain in the neck.
Have you ever heard of cabin fever? It makes people do crazy things.
Crazy? You were just downright rude to that girl.
Look, all I want to do is get out of here.
Oh, it's a terrific idea. And I'm going to have a lot of fun explaining your body to the police.
Suppose I don't have any choice, do I?
As a matter of fact, you do have a choice. You know, I don't think it would be such a bad idea to include Commissioner Scorpio in all this.
The police? Forget it.
His input might help.
No.
I'm talking about Commissioner Scorpio here, okay?
No.
This is not some kid. His input might help.
No.
Well, why not, huh? I mean, he's not some kid on a bicycle delivering papers or anything. He's a street man. He knows what he's doing.
It's not the issue here.
Well, then what is the issue? Look, if you're worried about the story getting around, we could ask him to keep it off the record.
Did you hear me? I said no, and no, no.
Well, I need a reason then.
The reason is I forbid you. You have to promise me you will not tell Scorpio.
I think it makes sense to tell him, Felicia.
Can't you just trust me? I know what I'm doing.
All right, fine. Have it your way. I'm due at the studio.
What am I supposed to do? I can't stick around here. I'll go crazy.
Well, look at it this way, then. Better than staying in the boiler room.
At least the boiler room didn't make dumb remarks like that.
Well, why don't you start and keep yourself busy by cleaning this place up a little bit around here? You know, when Tania stayed here, the place was spotless.
What other services did Tania perform?
She was a guest, just like you are.
Do all your guests do housework?
No. I didn't have to ask Tania to do it. She had the sense to pitch in herself.
And the nerve to barge in here with some flimsy excuse for advice.
Hey, nobody asked you to join us. And don't give me this I'm bored to death bit anymore. Here, you either shut up or put up.
What's this for?
That's so you can get a few cleaning supplies. Keep yourself busy. Use some of your extra energy around here. Now put that in your wallet so you don't lose it, okay?
You told me not to leave here. How am I supposed to go shopping?
You take your little chili pepper red fingers and you do some walking through the yellow pages till you find a place that delivers. Then you get on the phone, princess.
For your information, I'm not your servant. And I'm certainly not going to clean up your apartment.
Hi. Is the commissioner here?
Oh, I'm sorry, you just missed him.
Is there any way I can get a hold of him somehow?
Well, not unless you're in the mood to fly to Mexico. He just went down there to help an old friend of his, Luke Spencer.
Mexico? Maybe by the border of Texas?
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just have Texas on my brain lately.
How come? Something happened in Texas? That's what you wanted to talk to Robert about?
Yeah.
Why?
I should have listened to my instincts and talked to him before this.
Why don't you tell me? Maybe I could help.
No, I really need to talk to your husband.
Oh, come on, try me. You obviously need to get it off your chest.
Holly, I don't know.
So?
This is pretty weird.
Oh, that's all right. I like weird.
It's about this friend of mine. He's in trouble.
Police kind of trouble? Or...
No, it's complicated. You see, it all started in Texas at her grandmother's inn. There was a robbery there.
That robbery didn't involve a family heirloom, did it?
How did you know that?
This is amazing. Luke just called Robert from Mexico this afternoon. He was telling Robert about a robbery in Texas.
Right.
Apparently, Luke has been following the thieves.
From Texas to Mexico?
Well, that's what I gathered.
Well, where in Mexico exactly?
I don't know, but I heard Robert telling Luke to meet him in Mexico City at Sean Donnelly's villa.
Who's Donnelly?
He's an ex-WSB chief. Robert used to work with him. You've got to tell me everything you know, and then when Robert calls me next time, I can tell him about all of this.
Now, this stays in the family, whatever I tell you.
You have my word.
Sit down again. This isn't going to be easy for you to believe. I mean, I've had a lot of trouble with it. Okay. This friend of mine...
What?
Well, she's been staying at her grandmother's inn recently in Texas, the Inn of the Secrets. And she made her way back to Port Charles here. You know, with what you've just told me, it makes Felicia's story seem even more real.
So you think that Luke is after the men that stole that valuable heirloom from Felicia's grandmother?
Must be.
Okay, look, I'm going to pass this on to Robert as soon as I hear from him.
Well, what am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Well, I'd advise you to keep the girl in your apartment, protect her as best as you can, and if Robert has any other thoughts, I'll get in touch with you.
Oh, wait a minute. If you do call, make sure that you don't hang up, but if you do leave a message, don't say it's from Holly Scorpio.
Right.
Tell you what, just call me at the station, okay?
Okay, listen, I promise not to upset your balance.
You know, I'm really glad that you got me to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm pleased, too.
I'll tell you, you know, that girl, keeping her under wraps, you don't understand. You know, she's really something.
Yes, you can't have those thugs back on her trail.
Well, she's her own worst enemy.
Well, then it's up to you.
You know, it's finally sunk in. This thing is more dangerous than I ever thought it was. I don't think I can handle it by myself.
Well, you were very smart to come here.
It was desperation, not brains.
Okay, listen, you just sit tight.
Right.
And wait until I get in touch with you, all right?
What else can I do, huh? Okay. Thanks a lot.
Bye. This couldn't possibly take more than a couple of days. I'll meet you in Paris. Ha!